I told you that one day ain't never enough. You tell me I hate you, I still call you up. If we don't got trust, we can never have love. I was putting in the hours, I was. But you were calling me a liar, 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 liar. Yeah, I've been putting in the hours, I was. And it's coming down to now and now and now and now and never. I was putting in the I'm sick of fighting the things that you said. I don't wanna burn all our bridges ahead. I'm tired of going to bed when you left me on red just to turn up the noise in my head. I told you that one day ain't never enough. You tell me I hate you, I still call you up. If we don't got trust, we can never have love. I was putting in the hours, I was. You were calling me a liar, 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 liar. Yeah, I've been putting in the hours, I was. And it's coming down to now and now and now and now and never. I was putting in the putting in the
welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We have LVC Call of Duty taking on RMU. Currently, LVC is 6-4 in the CCL with RMU at 3-6, and we will start off here with Minty on Bocage Hardpoint. Apologies for the early start. I didn't know we were starting this early. You can see 3 right off the rip for LVC, giving them early hill control in this hill number 1. This is the highest contested hill in all of Vanguard, and you can probably see why. Small map, small hill, right in the middle. No cover. So we will have a quick lead for LVC, but only by 5 points, and that's usually what you see on this hill. But we'll go with Tenacious here. It's going to get flanked from that car street. So we see Crying, top, Grandma's. Dunder will find one onto the hill. Make that 2, almost a third, but he looks to switch his weapon. As now we have 2 players from the LVC side looking to push the last of this time, and we will rotate to hill number 2. And just a 3-point lead for LVC, but they do have the spawns. But as I say that, 3 go down for LVC. This is almost disaster for the side of LVC, but thankfully they're on Bocage Hardpoint, so you can get that right back in it once you get broken. And we see that happen right here as 3 go through to the hill, and LVC once again has control. Veritas trying to get this last player out of the spawn. He is taken out, but RMU looking to counter with getting into the back area here. Dunder sitting bottom barn looking for more. Just holding the angle for the moment. Tenacious gets 2 on the other end. LVC extending their lead here. So you see Dunder find 1. But he is by himself. Veritas surrounded by these RMU players, only able to find 1 in the back. As now LVC needs to rotate here. The early time will go the way of RMU. We'll see how long they can hold it. Sticky bomb there. I didn't know that was allowed actually, because that was recently added. But you can see the sticky bomb there. As Case finds 3. Dunder looking to break into the hill. Tenacious is on a 5. Gets cut down finally. Don't believe he got any streaks out of that. He did not. But control going the way of LVC again here. As number 8 Veritas trying to find the last set of spawners here. And they will finally get cut down. 1 more player on the hill for RMU. And he gets double chowed and taken out. But LVC are going to need to rotate here soon. Tenacious trying to pick up this scrap time, maybe let someone bump onto it, and he finally will be able to leave this old hill as we move to bottom barn. Tenacious finding a player stables, Minty getting 1 in the back spawn, just 2 players left and they're both in this hill. Veritas finds 1 and the other gets taken out. That is 4 down for RMU. LVC with early control here. Tenacious behind 1, finds it. Looking zig, but gets taken out by John before he can get anything. With Dunder looking to pick up Minty, watching his teammates spawn, making sure that those are controlled. Dunder getting the last player on the hill. As a 4 wipe once again for the side of LVC, 100-25. LVC coming out here and dominating in map number 1. As we see only 1 member from the side of RMU positive in the stats right now. Dunder finds 2 great kills, puts him on a 5, but not getting the streaks himself. Minty getting a double on a 4, gets taken out top barn by that player in the side tank area on the river side of the map.
He's on the stairs. All right, 2 garage.
And Case finding 3 once again. He's had a few 3 pieces this game, but make that. Oh no, that was 3. My bad. Minty looking to watch the spawners here, but his teammates getting cut down around him. We have Veritas though on the flank in the back tower, looking to find this player on the hill, and he does. I don't know how he managed to sneak through. Must have gone through Car Street and gotten great timing as he finds 2 in the back. That is a huge opener for Veritas. And LVC once again breaking into the hill. Not collecting any time at the moment, but they're just trying to get these players from RMU out of the hill. But Veritas the only one able to stay up on a 4 now. As Dunder cleans up the last. We'll see Maple look to push through the middle hut, but gets taken down. And Dunder with a beautiful double there to keep control for the side of RMU. or side of LVC, my bad. Finds 3 again, but Veritas picking up for him, getting a trade. 136 to 42. LVC purely just dominating as we move into the second rotation. I mean, they've just controlled every hill, almost off the rip. If not, they just break very, very quickly. The slaying power from the side of LVC being showed off here. It's Crayon, the last player here for RMU, at least keeping these LVC players off the hill, not grabbing any time, and finally RMU getting some time, even if it's only a few seconds. Minty climbs over top of one, but able to get the trade from Dunder, as 3 go down once more for RMU. This has been the case here for most of the map. You see 1, 2, 3, 4 go down, and Minty with a double there, ripping onto the second player at Zig. Now looking to rotate onto hill number 2 once again on the second rotation. And kills galore for LVC. Someone is going to have to grab this initial time though. On hill number 2, and it looks like it will be Dunder. As we'll see fights go down in the back spawn. Minty on a 4, almost on a 5. This player bottom barn kind of running away from the side of LVC, but finally getting taken out. So you can see LVC on a collective 14 streak. This is something you don't see very often. Tenacious on a 6, Dunder on a 1, Minty on a 4, and Veritox on a 3. Tenacious finally getting taken out there, but time still going in the way of LVC. As these players from RMU finally get into the bottom barn area. Dunder finds one, leaving Veritox as the last player here, but Tenacious will create a pinch there to help him out. LVC, if they get the rest of the scrap time, they will cross the 200 mark, and Robert Morris not even at 50 right now. And there you go, LVC 201 to 47. This is one of the very few blow cage hardpoints we might see actually hit 250. That doesn't happen very, very often. Is now a wave of kills coming the way of RMU. It is a great start if they want to try to make this comeback here. A full 60 here would be massive and pretty much necessary at this point. But Dunder will find a team kill onto Tenacious. Minty in the back spawn here, trying to find something. Getting his team to spawn closer to the hill, though. That is a big break for LVC, at least for the moment. As the players from RMU getting pushed out of the hill, but Case finding another multi-kill. Minty just going to sit on this back tank. Tenacious on the hill. RMU cannot afford to allow any of this time to go the way of LVC, but yet they get 3 wiped once more. And another great triple from the side of RMU. We will move to bottom barn for the second time here. It's Minty looking to pinch the back spawns again. That's what he's been doing pretty much all game, and put him on a 5 there. And a wave of kills coming the way of LVC. 230 to 78. This game is looking all but over. LVC full control of the hill. 2 more players go down for RMU. Just one more push here for RMU before this game 1 is over, and they will finally break into the hill. Just 10 points needed for the side of LVC. And Tenacious weaving his way away from Case there. That is a beautiful set of movement from Tenacious, but gets cut down on the hill. And it looks like RMU finally getting the break here. They're just trying not to get 100-point clubbed at this rate. As we once again are rotating, this time over to the River Hill. But 3 early kills come for LVC. You can see on your minimap number 3, that is Case in the back spawn, getting his teammates to spawn behind LVC, and they don't realize it, but it does not matter. They will not get to the hill fast enough, and that will be map number 1 going the way of LVC in dominant fashion. 250 to 92. Outgunning, out-rotating, outclassing RMU here. Case, I believe, was the only member from RMU that was positive, and yes, he was. That is just something that cannot happen if you are on the side of RMU. I mean, there's not really much to say there. Pretty much the entire map, really. LVC just outslaying RMU the entire time. And the rotations, even when RMU did win a rotation, they were not really able to hold almost anything, which is just so uncommon, especially on a map like Bocage that's small and you can have 2, 3, maybe even 4 break attempts at least on a single hill. But RMU just not able to make anything happen, really. It looks like we're going to try and get ready for this second map, which will be a Berlin Search and Destroy. LVC getting a lot of practice on Berlin. Berlin and Tuscan both, really. Those have been the main maps for LVC, at least in their matches. And as I said earlier,
I can't really get that much use out of jungle.
LVC currently 6-4 in
6-0 though.
LVC currently 6-4 in the CCL. We are in CCL week number 5, which is the last week of play. There will be one more game after this one for CCL, at least in the first split. But that will be scheduled at a different time. We are one of the pools that has the odd number of teams, so we have to schedule a different match there. But that will come at a different time, and we will move on to map number 2 here. Just getting ready to load the lobby. But RMU going to need to step it up, especially in the gun skill and in the slaying department. I mean, they just let LVC run all over them, and especially on a map like Bocage, slaying is huge, especially when you're getting outslayed by what was quite possibly like 30 to 50 kills. That's just unacceptable if you're looking to win a hardpoint at all, especially, like I said, on a map like Bocage. That's super small, super slay heavy, and reliant on your breaks. RMU just not able to hold anything there. But we will go to map number 2 here. Maybe RMU has some strats lined up for the S&D. I mean, it was, yeah. Just currently waiting to load into the lobby. I believe the lobby just started. So, RMU currently 3-6 in the CCL, not having a great season. And as you can see from the map number 1, that's kind of a telling point. You can just tell from the way that they're playing as a team and all of those things, not the greatest set of seasons. Next week, or it will most likely be next week, we will be playing Westchester to end off the first split of the CCL. I believe we will be in that bottom half. I don't know if it's top 4 or top 3 that move on to the higher pool in the second split, but regardless, LVC has already been eliminated, so they can still take that 5th seed at 6-3 or 6-4. With a win here, that would put them at 7-4. But for the moment, they're solidified at least being in that bottom split of the Southeast Pool A. Speaking of future games, we will also see tomorrow, I believe, at 9:30, if I remember the times correctly here. We will have LVC taking on the NEC Pilgrims, or New England College Pilgrims, for the NACE season. LVC having a little bit of a rough start when it comes to the NACE season. They did have a bye week 1, but then dropped games to Penn State and Bay State, and they did beat Northeastern, so they will look to at least put themselves at 500 on the season when they do go to play NEC tomorrow night. Apologies for the delay here. We're just waiting for a consistent lobby that doesn't drop or have any of those issues. I know that's been a very common problem in Vanguard here. But speaking of NACE, while we're here, NEC, as I mentioned, is tomorrow night. Then next week we will have West Virginia, which is a rematch from the CCL season earlier, where we lost, I think it was 3-1. LVC lost that series. Then Shawnee State, which is a team we've played in previous NACE seasons, but we didn't play them in CCL in the fall, but we did play them in NACE in the fall, so that is a bit of a rematch if you want to put it that way. Potomac State or West Virginia Potomac State, a team we have also played in CCL and we beat them 3-0. And then to end off the season, Shenandoah. That is a team that we did play in week 1 of the CCL, but it was a little bit of a different roster. We did have to play with a substitute player for that game, so it was a little bit different. But regardless, LVC looking to end off this season, at least the first split of CCL and the end of the regular season for NACE, very strong. And that starts here in game number 2. Or in that, I should say that continues here in game number 2. Which we now will move to Berlin Search and Destroy. Finally, we are in the lobby here. LVC starting on the offensive side. LVC looks to extend their lead in the series as well. They are up 1-0 after taking that Bocage hard point. Oh, my bad, I read the sides wrong. LVC will be starting on the defensive side. And it looks like they will have a heavy presence towards the B part of the map for the moment. But we see number 6 getting to early P2, but Crayon beats Veritox there and finds the kill. Bomb going down in B. There are 2 players from RMU in here. If Tenacious can find one, he might be able to line them up here. Unable to get anything out of that as Dunder finds one on his end, but this is now a 2v3 early for the side of LVC. Dunder trying to throw a stun. I think throws it out the door. Opens the back window, finds one, but there's another one in there, and he definitely did not know that. As Case gets the information onto Minty. Able to pick up a weapon at least. Finds one. Just 12 seconds remaining. He's going to have to get this kill quick if he wants to get to the fuse. But Maple also sniping in the back there. Able to pick up Minty on the bomb. And an early 1-0 lead here in the Search and Destroy for the side of RMU. A wonderful snipe there from Maple. And a very good spot from him as well. LVC now moving to the offensive side here. As we'll see a quick A push here. Minty able to snipe one onto John at the middle stairs. Dunder and Veritox working together to find the second kill. And now 2v4 very, very early here in the round. Minty just trying to find another pick here, but LVC definitely have the room to plant this bomb, and Dunder recognizes this and plants the bomb. One player will be this back train station, though. Will be able to play spoiler, but it is a 1v4. He is in a very rough spot. Might be able to find one. But he's kind of pinned in this area. And Minty does finally spot him. Looking to find a snipe onto him. Just looking at him from every angle and doesn't quite find the kill. But Dunder is there on the other end to clean it up. Now 1-1. LVC taking an offense of their own. That was a great round from the side of LVC. You definitely don't expect the A push off the rip. And LVC playing that very, very well, getting early pressure onto the A site and just flying in after they find a pick. Now we'll see LVC back on defense. It looks fairly similar to the setup that they had in the first round. Veritox getting a pick on the player sliding B. That was the bomb carrier as well. But does LVC know bomb is down? There is a player inside the B site, and Tenacious not able to pick him off, but Veritox getting a trade, so lives are still in favor of LVC. Dunder able to stun one into the B site, and Veritox finds one of his own. Dunder looking for this last player here. Veritox will find him before anyone else, and there he goes. LVC taking their second round in fairly convincing fashion there. That pick onto the player with the bomb was huge off the slide over. stranding that other player from RMU in the B site. LVC looking to extend their lead here and put themselves up 2 rounds now, back on the offense. We'll see if RMU puts more pressure on the A site here, seeing that LVC did push their round number 2, or their first offensive round, and it looks like they will. This is going to be a head-on collision here in a couple seconds over at the A site. Minty once again finding the pick with the sniper. That has been huge for the side of LVC. And Vertox behind 1, but doesn't find him. But Dunder able to pick up one of his own and make that 2 on the round. Dunder is on a 4 streak right now, planting the bomb. It's a 3v1. Should be another offensive round, and it will be for LVC. Big plays there from Dunder. Finding 3. I believe he found 3 in that round, and he is now at a 4 streak. It's a great spot there in the P5 window as well to find that final kill. And LVC now up 3-1 in the search and destroy. Now back on defense, LVC putting more pressure on the A side. And we'll see Veritox gunning Maple there. That is a huge kill for Veritox. I did not think he was going to get that for a second. But he does finally get traded out. Minty, looking in this top 3rd window, isn't going to see anything cross. Maybe trying to get the aim assist, but no one home regardless. Now all of these players from RMU stranding themselves and turtling inside that hill number 2 building. This is not good for RMU. The LVC players surrounding the building. Almost reminiscent of a police hostage situation, just surrounding the building with enforcements. LVC might not even know these players are here. This is not very common. You don't see players just sit in this building very often. Minty does get spotted in this dockside, but able to stay up for the moment. LVC definitely knows these players are here now. Player John will be pushing onto the B site, looking to plant the bomb. He is planting. Will Minty peek the corner? And he does, but he has the sniper out. Tenacious trying to fire over him, not able to get the kill until after Minty falls. Just 37 seconds left. Tenacious trying to snap onto the player top 3rd, not able to. And he will quickly get out with his life. 28 seconds remaining in the 2v2. You have Crayons and K's versus Dunder and Tenacious. As Dunder trying to get top 3rd here. Doesn't spot the last player. But Tenacious might be able to hop the bomb here if he decides to. In the B site, he will, but that player, Doc, is definitely going to check this bomb. Will Dunder spot him? He does, just a little too late, and LVC not able to take that defensive round. That was a good round from RMU. A little bit sketchy when they just kind of sat in the P2 building. That's definitely something you don't see very often. You do not want to be turtling like that in search and destroy, but they managed to make it work either way. LVC now just 1 round, or up by 1 round. As we'll hop on with Minty this time. He has been able to find a snipe in that middle area, but there's no one pushing that point. They finally learned their lesson here. As Veritox able to find 1, but that will just be a trade for Tenacious falling. As Dunder spots another. Looks like Veritox is going to try and chow this player out top stairs. And he spots him. He's behind him too. Able to finally get the kill. Another player from RMU is here though in hill number 3. And Veritox gets cut down and doesn't get traded out. There's a player behind Minty here. That is K's. Will he get timing onto Minty? Or will Minty just barely be able to get away with his life? K's definitely knows he's here, but now it's a 2v1. These players from LVC turning around. And K's, maybe the Traeger discipline, not the greatest form, but he does make it a 1v1 now. Minty just laying down in this office. Will he find the kill? Just 10 seconds remaining. Minty finding the kill, playing it patient, playing it safe. Great play there from Minty to just lay down in the office in a little bit of an off angle. LVC once again taking a 2-round lead, just needing 2 more rounds to take the search and destroy. Back on the defense. RMU looking to push this A bomb site for the first time this game, as this is a push very reminiscent of that of LVC's, and Tenacious gets double chowed outside of the secret area. Veritox getting a trade on the other end of the map, as now RMU need to push this site now if they want to keep the control that they have over it. Minty watching over the bomb site a little bit with the sniper. Will he be able to find the player standing on the bomb? And he will. Dunder finding the player on the site. That is a huge set of kills before the bomb goes down as well. This last player alive in the back corner. LVC just 1 round away now from going up 2-0 in the series. A beautiful retake from the side of LVC. RMU maybe just a little bit slow there on the bomb site. And the player crouching to plant the bomb, just not quite fully behind it as he gets picked off the bomb by Minty with the sniper. Will stay on with Minty. He might be able to get a pick here if he plays his timing right. But it looks like these players from RMU have finally learned their lesson and just refuse to stay anywhere near those middle stairs. As we have 2 players on the B site. The stun will hit for Dunder, and he definitely spots him. Dunder able to find the opener. This is not looking good for the side of RMU, as Veritox looking to push through fire. And there's 2 players here. He might be behind both of them if he gets the timing. Runs by one of them. Finally spots the one. Tenacious getting a kill on his end. And it's now a 4v1. John will need an ace and a lot of luck here if he wants to take this round for RMU, but this will be a done deal. He is surrounded. Veritox just sprinting around him with the knife, baiting him out, trying to get the kill for himself, but LVC taking map number 2, 6-2. Very, very convincing. Very similar to that of map number 1. Just 2 very convincing map wins here. I think John and Veritox were trying to find each other with the knife, just running around that tank. But that was a great map from LVC, looking very, very solid. And like as I said before, Berlin Search and Destroy is a map they do have a lot of practice on. They have been playing it a lot, at least in these CCL and NACE matches. Berlin Search and Destroy has been map 2 for, I'd say, a large majority of the series that they have been playing. We will now move to Tuscan Control. I think I've only seen LVC play Gavatu Control once this entire season. I would really love to have a more diverse map pool maybe, but for at least for Control, because we only have 2 at the moment, Tuscan and Gavatu. But regardless, we will move to Tuscan Control. And if this map goes any somewhat similar way as maps 1 and 2 did, it will be a fairly quick one here, as we are loading into the lobby, just waiting for all of the players to join and get the game started here. LVC just having a very convincing series overall over RMU, and we have seen this trend over the past couple weeks where LVC has been just dominating their opponents. But I think it is worth mentioning that a lot of these opponents that they have been playing as of late are just not nearly as strong as many of the other teams that they would be facing, that they would face in like the or in the first set of matches, like the first couple weeks. They had a lot stronger opponents than what they do now. And it looks like we're just waiting on Minty to get into the lobby. But as I said before, I don't think I've seen a single Gavatu Control from LVC. If I have, it's only been like 1. But Minty has joined the lobby, and it looks like we are ready to start map number 3. LVC looking to end this series fairly quickly in a 3-0 fashion, which would be a big for them, especially when it comes to the standings. I believe that they are almost in a 2 or 3-way tie with a couple other teams. Now, obviously, LVC has played everyone in their pool minus one more team, minus just Westchester after this match. But I believe map percentage, or not, yeah, map win percentage is a tiebreaker, but I'm not 100% sure on that one. Players now loaded into map number 3 here. LVC up 2-0, just trying to end the series. All right, 7 more seconds, and we will be ready to start map number 3. As we can see, the LVC players just a little bit of emoting there. Maybe a bit of air high fives from the side of LVC. Off the rip, RMU going to the A site. 2 players stacked, and Cran finding the first 2 bloods, make that a double. That is big for a big opener for RMU, and they are just stacking this hill. Cran on a 3 right now, but finally getting taken out as LVC make that 4, find 4 kills of their own. Tenacious and Dunder doing it themselves. Lives once again even for the side of LVC. Dunder waiting in this middle alley. I'm not really sure what John was doing there. I think he forgot to turn his visuals so he can actually see Dunder. But he will get taken out top fire. As now RMU rotating to this B site, getting 1 tick, make that 2 ticks. This is a huge opener for the side of RMU, getting 2 ticks on each site very, very early, and looking to get the spawn control as well. I will preface by saying control in general has been the very worst mode from LVC. They have not looked good on control for the most part, other than the teams that they should be dominating. But LVC losing, or the RMU capturing the B point here, just 1 more tick onto A, and they will take this round. But a good setup here from the side of LVC. Trades coming in. It's a 1v1 here on the hill right now. Minty looking to pressure it, and he finds it. Sliding onto the second. That is a great set of kills from Minty, but the last player up on this hill is Dunder. He's going to need to hop on the point or find this kill now, and he isn't able to. And this is Minty finally getting that player off the hill, but 2 more from RMU rushing onto the point. Tenacious barely holding on, as the point will start to get decapped here from LVC. And Tenacious finding 3. Just trying to hold on desperately with that last point. But lives definitely be a factor here. 7-10 in favor of RMU. That is a huge kill bottom church from Maple. 2 more kills for LVC. But the RMU side will be stacking this hill. Tenacious finds 1, but another player on this hill, and early control going in the way of RMU. Just had a beautiful opener. LVC not really able to respond for anything that RMU threw at them. That early double push or triple push onto the A side, just finding all of the kills. And just when they get wiped, rotating over that B point very quickly, just getting those 2 ticks early on both sites. That was huge. That's something that doesn't happen too often either. LVC now on the offensive side, as 2 players will stack this A hill for the moment. All of LVC sitting here on this A site, finding the first tick. Minty getting a double. As you can see on your minimap, number 2 at the bottom of the screen, K's on a big flank here, finds Minty. Will these players be able to turn around? The A point does get captured, but at what cost? All of LVC getting wiped there. LVC now need to rotate to this B point, but once again, if you look at the bottom of your minimap, number 3, Maple this time on a big flank. But that's if LVC can even get these kills in the first place. And Maple not making the biggest impact on that flank, but still, LVC just trying to sprint here, and they can't do that if they want to win this control. Dunder able to get the camera a bit onto Crayon there. But 2 of his teammates getting cut down, just stranding Tenacious and Dunder here in the radio building. Tenacious able to find 1. Maple will be looking for him. As you can see, Tenacious just trying to hold this top church. And Maple is on a 5. LVC will need to find him and take him down. And as I say that, Dunder does. Tenacious finding 1 on Decays. John and Tenacious, the last 2 players on this hill. And Tenacious just trying to sprint through. Gets cut down. LVC with no control onto this B side. Minty finding 1. Getting traded out. LVC need to regroup here and play together if they want to make any progress on this B point. They can't just rely on slaying. Now 14-16. Kills coming in for LVC, but still no pressure onto this B point. And they are also down 2 well, as I say that the 2 come in, but lives now tied. Tenacious finding the player top plat. That is a big kill for him. If he wants to find the second too, he doesn't get it. Veritox able to pinch from P5 and take that player out. But LVC looking to spawn trap the side of RMU now, getting that first tick onto the B point. But just 2 players here now from LVC looking to find these kills, and Veritox finds 2. They are now up 7-9, but Veritox getting taken out in the back spawn as Tenacious trying to get up to the top church area. He does, but he's by himself here. Just trying to find any player, maybe get through and find the spawn. Minty gets cut down, pushing through the back. Just 14 seconds remaining here. 4 lives left for LVC. No respawns remaining. Dunder able to get an opener here. Tenacious spots a spawner here. Now a 4v3. This is very doable. But Tenacious getting pinched on the hill. Minty finds 1, leaving Veritox in the 3v1 with 3 seconds remaining. That will be round number 2. LVC dropping round number 2. Now needing a reverse sweep here in the control. And LVC, I think they're just relying so heavily on their slaying that they're almost forgetting strategy at this point. And as I mentioned before, control has been by far the worst mode for LVC here this season. And slowly as we continue on, the lack of practice really from LVC has really been showing. Especially in control. Another split push here from RMU, stacking this A hill. This is what's been killing the side of LVC, just stacking these hills and getting the early ticks off the rip. I mean, as you can see, once again, 2 ticks onto the A site, and RMU now spawning. They should have been. Never mind, they don't spawn on the B side as I thought they were going to. They spawn back A. So now these players from RMU rotating to the A point, and yeah, they find 3. LVC finds 3 kills, but will they be able to get the players from RMU off the point? They do. That is a huge counter from LVC, but now RMU rotating to B, and these LVC players a little bit slow on that rotation, giving RMU the opportunity to get a few ticks onto this point. And now, as you can see, number 4, that's Maple on the B point. And as you can see as well, Maple's on the A point. And A might get captured here. Dunder finally able to clear the B point before a tick comes in, but barely. And the A point does get captured. The life advantage by far in favor of LVC, but they're going to need to put a lot of work in if they want to keep this B point from being captured. Dunder on a 5 here. Veritox finding 2, and Tenacious cleaning up the other. This is a great spot now for LVC, up 10 lives, and no capture percentage on the hill for the side of RMU. John getting one, but this is a great spot from Minty. Not able to get the second, but he does at least find one. LVC can play trades here if they want to, as they are up 10 lives. Just a lot slower now from both sides, just trying to plan on what to do as trades once again coming in. Dunder sitting in the bottom church, able to find Maple, but will he be able to find the last player in the back? Once again, trades. LVC doing a great job now of playing trades. This looks much, much better than the previous 2 rounds. Yeah, they do lose the 8 point, but now they're showing their slaying potential and playing much, much smarter. And all of these players from RMU just stacking here over by P5 as Dunder trying to find something. All of these RMU players trying to collapse into the radio building. John gets 2. One on under Minty. There's no way they didn't see each other, right? Minty literally jumped over Kays and did not see him. And Kays here just watching the back spawn. It's the last player up. He's standing right next to Minty. Finally able to find him. Kays just staring at Minty for a few seconds. Not sure what to do, and the round will finally go the way of LVC. That was a really awkward ending for Kays there. I don't know how they didn't see each other. Minty literally jumped over top of him, and I guess it just the timing there works out for Minty. That is a great start if they want to make this reverse sweep happen. In control. Off the break, it'll be a 4-hit on this A site from the side of LVC and a 3-hit from RMU, and 2 early kills coming the way of RMU. Dunder just trying to play his life here in U. And all of the kills going the way of RMU, creating an early life lead and not allowing LVC to get any tick progression here. But LVC off the spawn looking to hit this A site once again, and they will be stacking the hill. I think that's a 3-stack there. This A point is going to be captured almost instantly, what it feels like. And that is a great, great play from LVC. Baiting out the rotate, not necessarily baiting it out, but not rotating as the way you would typically think, is going back to that A site, pinching through mid. RMU had a very poor job there of trying to create pressure mid as the LVC players just kind of ran through. But now the players from LVC trying to spawn up, and K is on a 5. Make that a 6, I believe, before getting cut down. Dunder trying to find him in the back with the glide bomb, not able to, but he will be looking for this player in the back of the roof area, but his teammate's getting cut down around him. Just gets very unfortunate timing. Veritox finds one. All of these LVC players will be trying to fly through mid. Minty hunting this player, P5, and he does get the kill. Finally onto Maple. As Veritox now in radio finds one. This is a good opening for LVC. They are down 5 lives though. As Minty chows through to Platt, not able to get the kill, but a pinch does come in from Dunder and Veritox. Veritox able to clean that up. And Dunder playing his life L here, and that is a very big play from Dunder. Great job playing his life there. As now 3 kills come in for LVC. They need to stack this point. Now only a 2 life advantage for RMU. Very, very well done from LVC to break onto this hill. Veritox able to bait out that player over to the sightline of Tenacious, and now stacking this hill. Only 1 life lead now for RMU, and make that a 1 life lead for LVC. That is a wonderful retake and get an out of a spawn trap too from the side of LVC. They are going to capture this B point, and all of the kills coming the way of LVC. As you can see, the streak from LVC was, I think, 12 at the end of that. huge round from LVC. What looked very, very rough for them and possibly game-ending. LVC able to break out of the spawn trap. I would have liked to see RMU put so much more pressure mid. They almost had no mid control whatsoever. And that allowed LVC to run through the map and get out of their spawn as they just relied on the player back roof to find all of the kills from spawn or spawn them out to a different side of the map where his other teammates were. And that's just not going to happen. As LVC getting the defense on this round number 5 is once again a quick opener for RMU here. And they will be stacking this hill. A kill streak does come in. I believe that's K's. It may have been an LVC kill streak actually, and either way it doesn't find anything. Minty finding 2 and Dunder cleaning up the others, as the last player left alive is Cran here on the A point, and Veritox able to get a pinch here and take him out. Just 2 ticks on the side of A for RMU. Dunder on a 5 once more, but gets cut down. 2 life advantage for LVC, but RMU rotating to this B point here. There's just 1 player here, and LVC is going to rely on Dunder here to get the kill, and they thought right, and Dunder gets the kill as the A point gets captured on the other end here. 2 minutes remaining. Life's almost even, just 1. Now they are even, as RMU looks to push through the back church through the A point. Dunder finds 1 middle and almost able to find the second top church. RMU looking to gain control here of the spawns for LVC. And Veritox pushing through this side door, able to get around a 1, but Cran trading him out. Dunder watching for this player, pushing through though, and Minty's going to have some pressure here if these RMU players decide to push through P5. But all of the kills going the way of LVC right now. LVC doing a very good job of holding at the moment. Veritox all the way in the back spawn of RMU, trying to get a flank here, but it might not really mean much now. And John reading that play from Veritox. I think maybe one of his teammates might have spotted him crossing. John on a 4. That is a triple kill for him as well. Tenacious able to cut that streak short of a glide bomb. But now kills going in the way of RMU. Still down 2 though. Veritox able to find another flank. There's 1 more player here from RMU, but Veritox might not know he's here. As he tries to get onto the B point, he will for the time being. Veritox in P5 in a good spot, but little does he know, all of the players from RMU are on the opposite end of the map. Tenacious able to find Cran. Now just leaving 2 RMU players here on the half of LVC. Veritox finding 1 top church, and now LVC once again regaining control. Just 4 lives remaining in 6 seconds, and it looks like this series might very well be over, as these players from RMU are able to stack with 1.2 seconds left. 5 lives remain. It's even now, but Tenacious finding a double. That is a huge double. Trying to find the third, maybe a little bit too fast here, as now is a 2v1 on the point, and make that a 2v0. LVC able to finally close out round number 5, where they did end up having a lot of control. Maybe they could have closed it out in a bit more convincing fashion, but regardless, finding the reverse sweep in control and sweeping the series. Very well played tonight from LVC here. But that will be it for LVC here, taking a 3-0 sweep over RMU, going up to 7-4. And as I mentioned earlier, I believe they almost have solidified their spot in the top seed of the lower half of the first pool in the Southeast Division, meaning they'll have a little bit of an easier schedule in the second split. And I believe that also means that they might not be able to claim a higher seeding in the overall playoffs. I think it's next month or a couple months from now or whenever that is. But regardless, LVC in a good spot ending off the CCL season with just one more match ahead of them, which will be Westchester. They also will have NEC tomorrow night. But for now, that is it from us. LVC taking the series over RMU 3-0. Tomorrow night, we will have the Call of Duty team taking on NEC, and we will also have the Smash team playing, I think it's U Ottawa. I don't remember off the top of my head, but regardless, we will be back tomorrow night. And yeah, that is it, everybody. Thank you all for coming out here and watching LVC take that sweep over RMU. That will be it for now. We will hopefully see you back here tomorrow night.